What's up, everyone? Welcome to the Power Play with CJ. We're focusing on what exactly has gone wrong with this year's Boston Bruins team. As the team that surprised people made the playoffs last year is now sitting in 12th place in the Eastern Conference. As we're nearing a quarter point of the season, I know that they've played 17 games, but it's not exactly 25%. It's not, but I'm just using it as a point of reference because a couple teams have played 19, 20 games. So we're at the quarter pole of the NHL season, for lack of a better term. 6, 7, and 4, meaning they've taken the ice 17 times and walked away with a win in 6 of those games. Not exactly satisfactory results. The team has been banged up. A lot of key players have missed a couple games here and there. Obviously, Marchand's hurt right now. Bjork's hurt. Krejci hasn't played in 11 games, although hopefully, at least one of those three is back tonight against LA. Spooner's been out for a while. I know he's maligned by fans of Boston, but he's not a bad hockey player, in my opinion. And, it's just really kind of a walking mash unit right now. And I'm not, here's the thing. I like that they're infusing youth in the lineup. Finally, you got a 19-year-old kid in Charlie McAvoy playing some key minutes on defense. Is he -7 on kind of an arbitrary stat? Sure. But you know what? I'll take the good with the bad with him. Your leading scorer is a 21-year-old David Pastrnak. Brandon Carlo's taking some, I think, looks better than he did last year. I mean, I know he's never going to be an offensive, point producer from the back end, but he's doing pretty well. His plus minus isn't bad on a, really team that struggled defensively. And I think he's, going to be a really good shutdown defenseman for a long, long time. I've been saying that for a long time. Jake DeBrusk, did I malign the draft pick? Sure, but he's shown flashes that he can be an okay NHL player. Bjork's shown flashes. Heinen's shown flashes. I mean, there's reason for optimism. It's just not this season. I really think, I'd start, dismantling it. I mean, I know Chara wants to go back next year, but, if you can get a decent asset for him at the deadline, you're not going anywhere, then, might as well. This team, as it's presently constructed, has its key fundamental flaws. And I'm not blaming everything on Tuukka, even though his numbers are absolute hot garbage, dog shit, whatever you want to call it. He hasn't exactly had a full team in front of him at any point this season. And, you look at, again, your veterans that have been hurt, whether it's Bergeron, whether it's Krejci, whether it's David Backes, who had part of his colon removed due to diverticulitis. I mean, it's like, it's not the way Donnie Boy Sweeney drew it up, but, again, I just think it's going to be a long season. It's going to be a grind to the finish line, but as a fan of the team, I think that the opportunity to see these young kids get opportunities, as I keep using the word opportunity, keep throwing that around, I think is a great thing. I'd rather that be the case. I'd rather them be horrible and the young kids get looks than be mediocre and have these veteran lineups. I mean, I don't care if I ever see Paul Potsdam play a game of hockey ever again. It sucks. And, it's a grizzled vet. I'd rather them give these younger kids some looks and, like I said a billion times, take the good with the bad. It's one of those situations. I mean, they've got other kids down there that at some point this season, if they judge to be ready, I'd like to see them get a look. Whether it's Jeremy Lauzon or Senyshyn, Jacob Forsback, and Carlson. There's some there's some talent down there in Providence with the baby bees, and I think giving those guys the opportunity to show what they can do at the NHL level and in a weird way, kind of like a tryout. And what will essentially amount to be a lost season, I think is probably the best course of action for this team right now. I'm not throwing the towel in on the season, but I mean it's not looking too promising. And with all the injuries they've had, with all the ups and downs they've had, at some point you say, you know what, let's see what we got for the next 3 to 5 years before Bergeron, Marchand, and Krejci are all done, before Tuukka is completely done, and go from there. So, and again, I think that I've already acknowledged Tuukka's numbers suck this year, and he isn't. I'm sure I'd be the first person to admit that his play hasn't been up to par. I'm not a Tuukka apologist, but I'm also not a Tuukka hater. I mean, the amount of people that go out of their way to bash Tuukka in Boston on sports radio are like, it's like, if you're blaming him for this team sucking, then you don't know jack shit about hockey, which I think is the perfect summary of your stereotypical Bruins fan / sports radio caller. Anyway, that's all I got. So to the Power Play with CJ. Stay tuned for more episodes throughout the season and beyond. Later, guys.